Locked On Bama. Quick reaction show right now. Not a reaction to anything Alabama necessarily, but a reaction to the state finals that are going on in basketball right now in the state of Alabama. Um, I just felt like I felt compelled to record this for some people who will be interested. There were two players in particular that some Alabama fans will be familiar with, and that was Keldrick Falk and his brother Jacaleb Falk. Jacaleb Falk is a freshman, and Keldrick Falk is a junior who's going to be very highly sought after in the 2023 class when it comes to football from Highland Home. Both of them from Highland Home, obviously. And it was one of the best games I've ever called. I've been calling these games for over a decade at Legacy Arena, and just absolutely awesome today. Literally the best game I think I've ever called. And I've called some really fun ones. A 3 overtime classic between Houston Academy and Pickens County years ago. They ended on a buzzer beater. Just an amazing game. I called the DeMarcus Cousins, Eric Bledsoe Parker versus LaFleur game some years ago. But this one it's up there. I don't know if it's the best. I hadn't digested it all. It literally just happened. And I'm only putting this out because I know there's some Alabama fans out there who are interested in thoughts on Keldrick Falk in particular, who will be a top 100 player, maybe even more than that, maybe even top 75 player in the country when all said and done. But I want to give my thoughts on him. He ended up, I don't have the stats in front of me, but and it ended in such a whirling dervish that I didn't get to look. But Keldrick Falk had at least 17 or 18 rebounds. He had about 18 points. He is very, very muscular, very well put together. He's all of 6'5", 6'5 and a half. Very athletic. Had one monster jam that really showed off his leaping ability. Seemed like a really good kid too. Really nice kid. There were a couple of times where I think in past I would suspect there could be a fight in the sense that, you know, one team that is clearly not as athletic as the other maybe bugging or frustrating the more athletic team. And there was a time or two where Keldrick Falk, I remember one in particular where he was knocked to the ground and somebody's shoe sort of ended up in his face just because there was mass confusion. And he was cool with it. I mean, he the guy, they separated, everything was cool. There was not even a thought of a fight. And I was worried that there was going to be, because you don't ever want to see something like that at these events. Highland Home ended up losing to Mars Hill Bible. For those interested, Mars Hill Bible comes into this with a losing record into the AHSA finals, and now they'll be playing for a state championship. So I could go on a whole nother rant about why I don't want expanded playoffs, because I never like to see a team with a losing record get a shot to play for a championship. But in this particular case, the Mars Hill Bible thing was pretty cool. They're a scrappy bunch, man. But really what this whole little quick podcast is about is the Falks. And Keldrick Falk, again, very well put together, muscular, big guy, seemed like to have a nice wingspan. And he's going to be an edge rusher, and I think he's got a real aggressiveness. If this means anything, he had 4 fouls, should have had 5, and 4 of those 5 would have been charges. His last foul, it ended up, they called a block, but I thought it was a charge. And he's an aggressive guy. He's just really aggressive. And when he wants to go get a rebound, it's just his. You can just forget it. I always remember that, I think it was the Beatles that said when Aretha Franklin covered their song Eleanor Rigby, they said, you know, when Aretha Franklin does a cover of your song, it's hers now. That's her song, Eleanor Rigby. And I feel like when a rebound goes in the air, and if Keldrick Falk wants it, he was going to go get it. His brother shocked me, man. 9th grader looked. If you had told me they were twins in terms of age, I would have bought it. His brother, very well put together too. They got him listed at 6'3". He's only a 9th grader. I think he may even be taller than that. Again, really muscular, unstoppable in the post when he had the ball. He ended up getting a tech late in the game, got in some foul trouble, and actually fouled out. So he may be a little bit more temperamental. But, man, I was really impressed with him a lot. And I think he's going to be a thing when he's being recruited. Not basketball-wise, look, he's going to be hell in 2A. There's no doubt. He's also left-handed, which was interesting. If you're bigger and stronger and faster and jump higher than everybody and you're left-handed, you're going to be hell in basketball, and that's what Caleb Falk was. Really impressed with him, but again, he did foul out. He got that technical that hurt the team a little bit, but still very impressed with him. Very impressed with Keldrick Falk. Definitely would love to have him in Alabama signing class. There's no doubt about it anymore. I know it's a loaded class in the state of Alabama. By some circles, he's the 11th best player in the state of Alabama. I don't know that there are 10 better players than him in this state. If there are, just best year ever in the history of Alabama, no doubt about it. I don't know how informative this was. I'm telling you, my voice is gone. I called 4 games today. Um, it's just an unbelievable contest that Morris Hill wins by 2 points. And it was a crazy ending. There was 30 seconds of the best basketball you'll ever see, 30 seconds of the worst basketball you'll ever see, and then the last 10 seconds or so was just mass chaos. And Mars Hill Bible ekes out a win. They'll move on to play section for a 2A state championship later this week, which I won't be calling. But and I know some people will be disappointed because Keldrick Falk won't be there to play in the game, so you won't get to see him. But you can bet on this: he and his brother will both make the all-tournament team, and that will be very, very well deserved. They were two of the most dominant players that I saw all day long. Probably the two most dominant players I saw all day long. So that's going to do it for this really quick, just reaction video to what I saw from Keldrick Falk. Again, some people don't take a lot of this and translate it to football. I do. I think if you're a basketball player like this, and especially if you're like a Russian or something like that, it can really translate and show a little bit about what you are as a player. And really quickly, I also got to see Caden Story play for Lynette. Obviously, he's going to Clemson. Big player, big guy. But again, I wouldn't glean too much from what I saw from him today necessarily to translate as a defensive tackle. He plays basketball like a defensive tackle, I think. He's got a better shot than you would think. But I don't think he's as good of a player as his brother Christian in basketball. That being said, I think it's a little bit telling for the Falks because they were just so athletic and so quick and aggressive. They had a real defensive end mentality. And so that means a lot to me. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this, and we'll talk to you guys later. Roll Tide.